Hey, what's up guys? Got a bit of a request to make a video going over the Virus TI, and this is the Virus TI right here. You should watch this video if you are a little bit interested in getting a hardware synth, or if you find one and you want to steal it, this is for you. So the first thing you need to know about the Virus TI is you don't need the big one. I have the Snow and it works perfectly. And it has more than enough voices. I also have a Virus C, and yeah, I have two viruses because I'm weird. But this is the TI, and the TI means that it has like its own VST. And what it is 4-part multi-timbral. Multi-timbral means it has more than one timbral. No, it has 4 parts. So it's 4 synthesizers in one. The TI, the TI2, not the Snow, but the TI2 and the TI1, they have 16 parts, and you can route them into each other. It has audio out, audio in, conventional 1/4 inch, and USB, and the USB carries 3 channels of audio and all your MIDI. So you can have just USB and you're good to go. So how I have it set up is there's 4 parts, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and each of these can be triggered independently by my 4 MIDI channels up here. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they all, go into their respective part. And I can play one at a time, all of them, some of them, and it's all good. And 1 and 2, the audio is routed to one audio bus, audio 1 and 2, and 3 and 4 is routed to 3 and 4, right? So 1 and 2 goes into its own, it's summed into its own audio, and 3 and 4 is summed into its own audio. And that's kind of how I go about it. It's changed over the years. Each one would go into its own thing. At one point I had all 4 parts going into one audio channel. But yeah, it's a great way to make complex layers and go to town. So first thing you do is we have our Init Patch here. Let me just go to channel 1, or MIDI 1. Right, and this is basically what you start out with. The easy page, it's easy. It has like your filter and all your fun stuff. These soft knobs can be linked to anything, and it can control like an LFO speed, it can control pitch, and they're right here in front of you on the Snow here. Snow also has filter cutoff and resonance, and you can control it right from the unit, and I have the unit like right above my mouse, so I can just touch it at any point. You can fully program patches using just the interface. It's kind of a series of buttons and menus, but it's completely possible. Nothing beats the Virus keyboard I have here, and yeah, it's more hands-on, but I'm used to a VST. So one thing you need to know is the audio is not generated in the VST. The VST is only controlling it. The audio is actually coming out of this unit right here, this thing. And yeah, you can't necessarily just download the program and you're good to go. If you download the program and install it, and you don't have a virus installed, or you don't have a virus unit hooked up, it'll get really confused and it won't work. So yeah, so this is the easy page, and that's all well and fun. This is the patch page, and you can have different patch windows, and there's a lot of patches, and you can download them off the interwebs, and there's plenty of free ones, and they're all on the Virus website, and you can load yourself up. You're good to go. And yeah, you can organize by category, but my favorite patch is the Init Patch. So this is kind of the main menu right here. These tabs, you kind of it's organized in a way, and we'll get through that. It's organized in a way so you move left to right, and there's your oscillator section, your filter section, 2 filters, also your modulation, or your envelopes are here. You have a filter envelope, and they added 3 and 4, so 2 extra envelopes. So now you can have, for example, your filter envelope for the one here, and then you can have your second filter independently controlled by another envelope. They don't have to share envelopes. And what makes the Virus unique is you have different kinds of distortion, filter saturation. So it goes through this filter into your saturation, and your saturation amount is up here, and it goes to another filter. Or you can have, 2-pole or 4-pole. You can have them parallel, right? I got an itchy nose. You can have them parallel, which gives a neat kind of thing. It gives a nice effect, because you can have like, say, 2 resonances. We'll turn off link. You can have 2 resonances, so you can get like a really weird kind of evolving pad with distortion, or with or without saturation, and split. So oscillator 1 and oscillator 2 are split, and they each go through their own independent filter. And and that's all well and fun. And keep in mind, you can have 4 parts, so you can have a whole lot of filters going on. Your Lfo modulation section, fairly traditional. Everything that you'd usually want to modulate basically is right here. Then you have like another assign. You can assign a lot of other cool stuff. There's also the matrix, and you can take sources like, say, the 4th envelope and map it to your filter cutoff and just go crazy. The arpeggiator, love it. You have all the classic patterns, the classic virus patterns. Then you can kind of map your own in, and I love this. You can randomize your step, and it'll play like these weird gauge patterns that are pretty cool. Swing and note length, really awesome. So this is your effects section. There's 2 effects sections. One is like frequency based, and the other is time based. That's how I look at it. So how the analog boost works, or the characteristics. So this is kind of like what it does is it saturates the output kind of thing. So I'll go through them, but you can kind of emulate different outputs. So you can have like a synth that needs to be serviced, vintage style pad openers. You can even have like a speaker cabinet. In the speaker cabinet, it emulates a amp with a mic hooked up, like how you would record an electric guitar in a studio. Different coarse effects, including Leslie emulation, which I'm a big fan of. A lot of vibrato, which is a kind of a guitar pedal, Pink Floyd-ish, hyperchorus, which sounds good on like leads and supersaws and stuff. Lots of distortion options, and the legacy ones we have bit reducer and then bit reducer old. So 2 versions of a bit reducer. Envelope follower, which is pretty cool, takes the input signal from something or itself, and it does stuff. Yeah. Phaser and a filter bank, which is an extra filter. So you have 3 filters going on. There's, of course, vowel filter. They added this for, talking bass kind of things. And these really unique filters that go from low pass to band pass to high pass. They're continuous, and it sounds really interesting, and it adds an airy kind of pad feel to it. It's really interesting, and I'll probably go through that. EQ, just simple EQ, all fun and good. We have delay, classic delay, right? And we have delay patterns. So you combine these patterns with the classic virus patterns, and you have, like a decade and a half of history that you can access. It's pretty fun. And of course, being that it's TI, it syncs perfectly most of the time, and you have your feedback and your time and all that fun stuff. Tape clocked, you can go all the way up into 100%, or a little less than 100%. You can have a long delay line. You can have a delay line that's infinite, and you can overdub and keep on going and create weird stuff, just like a tape delay that doesn't dissipate. Tape free, and a tape Doppler, which is really weird, and it sounds unique. The legendary virus reverb is making an appearance. Feedback 1 and feedback 2, and the pre-delay. And you can also sync the reflection of the reverb, so the reverb will happen, the sound will bounce off the wall and then come back at a kind of a predetermined time, which you hear a lot in music, and you get a really nice effect that way. Vocoder, never really used it, but there's a vocoder. And common, you have your different modes: poly, mono 1, mono 2, and your hold, mono 3 and mono 4, and your surround balance. Not sure about that. Your transpose and your part detune, bend up, bend down, and then here's where you map your soft knobs, and you can name it like party, and it'll show up on your machine down there. Looks hilarious. Well, you might want to map it to something. So yeah, we have a party knob now. Wish I could show you. Hilarious. And patch utility. This is your settings. So I have 3 outs, no input. And so, I could use an input. I could process this virus. I could add it to the chain of my other virus. So I'd have my Nord going into my virus, going into my other virus, and I can just combine things and go crazy. And yeah, make sure your drivers are up to date. And yeah, I guess we will be back with some cool stuff, and I'll, do some fun stuff and see what you think. All right, take care.